There. Thanks for joining me. I know it's been a while. I got a new haircut today, and that works into what I'm going to talk about. It's been a while. I haven't posted a video, and it's not like I've totally abandoned making these videos. It's just that partly I'm lazy, and partly there have been other factors in my life recently. Hopefully, they will be fruitful, and just been distracted by other things. And I figured I haven't really had something in my life worthwhile, really that substantial enough that I felt I could be able to give on this channel because I want to make it not just about a blogging channel like I talk about my life, but I know that you'd be interested in learning how I cope with different concerns and understanding myself better, and that's what the channel is about. Channel's about understanding yourself better and understanding the world and the universe a lot better and exploring interesting, innovative ideas. That's why it's called Visionary Ventures. You're venturing through different visions of what could be and what's possible. So I came up with a small list here. Of course, I want to talk about my new haircut. First off, how did that come about? Well, it came about in terms of modeling, and that, of course, came about because of a hobby that I have on another channel. At the moment, I don't remember exactly how the modeling. I do remember how the modeling thing came about. This hobby on this other channel, I'll just call it cosplay, got me interested, got me curious if in thinking maybe there's a future in modeling or acting. Up until now, I have really had my heart set on a career in television and film and behind the scenes and writing. But I thought about modeling, like for my other channel, whenever I get dressed up, I take pictures. And so I posted a picture on a social media site, a regular social media site, not something specific. You probably would know the answer, which one I'm talking about. And I just posted in a private group. I posted, "Do I look attractive?" Some women have said that I look attractive, but of course, I'm self-conscious to a degree, and I don't know how accurate that is. So I also wanted tips on how I can look more attractive. I just wondered, do I look attractive or not? And there were a few common answers. One is that I should take pictures outdoors. Somebody else said the picture looked grainy. Not the video, I didn't take a video, I posted a picture, but looked grainy. I should take pictures in natural light. I should update my haircut, and I should update my clothing and smile more. That was basically it. Not many comments back, unfortunately. But so in tandem with that, I went online looking for talent agencies, and there was one that gave me a response back. They asked for later on. I found out before the actual Zoom audition that they asked for money. I did some research, and fortunately, and found that this company asks for money up front, which you should be very wary of if a talent agency does that. You shouldn't be paying for money up front, or paying money in general. But I went into it figuring that I would get the experience. I wouldn't necessarily need to pay money until the point when somebody says, "Okay, it costs this, and you want to go forward." So I had a good time. I had a good experience doing that Zoom audition, and So when, sure enough, at the end there was a call back, and the person said that I passed, but um, wanted tuition fee. So I said, no thanks, I'm not interested. So that prompted me to look for something local and in my area, and I found another one, and so I messaged expressing my interest, and somebody messaged me, and so I called, and this was Tuesday. This would have been a couple of days ago, right? So then we set up to do a take a photo shoot nearby at some public place nearby, and so I like the experience. Um, that jives in with this. There are two friends that I've met, close friends I've met, um, and I want to talk about this more in this video a little bit later on. These two friends are valuable in that I want someone to be a good listening ear, and without going into detail, doxing them or identifying more about who these friends are and what kind of friends they are. I will say that there's a potential. These are friends. These are people that would fit in well in my life. And they are, hopefully, they seem to be good friends so far. They seem to be trusting. They seem to be dependable in terms of me being more intimate and opening up about my past and about my feelings. Nothing more. No. I don't want to get touchy feely, but actual concrete feelings and thoughts and perceptions and so forth, which is what this channel is about. But it's good to have actual people to interact with privately. Okay, so anyway, I was talking with one of these two friends, and the friend said, why did I move impulsively? It seemed like, why didn't I do more research? And I said, well, because I felt vulnerable. And the friend asked, why do you feel vulnerable? Well, and through my mind I was thinking desperation, but I didn't say that. It's more like I don't see potentially any possibility of of becoming more of a creative professional. I'd like to switch jobs, and I want to talk about that towards the end of this video. So that's how I felt. That's why I moved forward, and I felt safe in that as long as I didn't sign any contract, as long as I didn't sign up and pay any fee or anything, I wanted the experience. And plus, the phone call was very brief. It was, oh, how are you? Oh, I'm interested in this. Oh, that's great. And the person said, not one of these two friends. I mean, the modeling agency person said, well, I'm going to be at this public place with somebody else, and you can, in so many words, in my own words, but in so many words, you can tag along, and I'll take some pictures of you too. So I didn't see any harm in that, as long as it's a public place. I knew where it was. I went, and I had a good experience. The other person who was also having pictures taken has had more experience, and I was able to ask both of them questions and get some good answers, and just the positive feeling that I was able to go through this experience well. So here I am. I haven't paid any money so far. I don't know if she said that she would send me the pictures. I haven't gotten any pictures, but then again, she also sent a contract. I wouldn't, at this point, I am not contemplating on filling out the contract. It's up to me. I should not have to do anything I don't want to do. If I don't get the pictures, that's fine. I still had the experience. And of course, the figures, this is already planned out like a couple days beforehand, but I already had the very next day, which is today. I already had planned to have a haircut, which is weird. You get the haircut after you get after the photo session. Um, but it has been a nice experience. So I already talked about the two friends, um, and in talking with them, it's given me an opportunity to get my thoughts out, get my feelings out, and one of them, um, it was sort of like therapy. I've gone through several therapists, and they haven't really helped me all that much. However, this person is different. I'm not saying that this friend is technically a therapist. I'm saying that talking with this person um, helps more in terms of therapy, and this person has, I'll also call it a therapeutic background, professional background. So um, that has helped me more than a lot of the other therapists. And the friend said that because of a certain commonality that we both share in terms of background, that's how I'll put it. We both share a certain common background, um, that the other therapists perhaps weren't able to help to that extent because they didn't have this background that this person and I share. That's very helpful. Um, and as I said before, I just want someone sometimes to listen and to be just to be there for me to talk things out loud, because I think that helps the brain process through. There is something that this person has said that yesterday that other people, or yeah, yesterday, that a few other people have said, women have said, that I overthink or I think a lot. I still have mixed thoughts about, I still have mixed thoughts about overthinking, or the statement that I overthink. Um, at what point is overthinking? I think that's subjective. One person's perception of overthinking, I believe, is another person's um, introspection or being aware of oneself and the world around him. Um, and also, I just tend to think a lot, and I think it's a euphemism. Overthinking is perhaps a euphemism for thinking of several different factors involved, and that's been one of my strengths. I don't know how many other people are naturally capable of thinking of all sorts of different factors. It's funny that my relative pointed out when I told her that it's ironic that first the person said, "Why did you jump forwards or impulsively and go without having done a lot more research?" I did do some research, but go through further research about this model agency. And then in the next part, the friend said, "You overthink." So which one is it? Should I have overthought and thought and thought rather than taking action? Or should I have done what I did, which is do some thought and then take action? There should be a balance there. And finally, I want to talk about this document that I created in Pages. Or otherwise, you Microsoft and non-Apple users would call it Word, but a text document I created. I wanted to assemble something in terms of job seeking. I contacted a local version of the Department of Labor, and I'm expecting a call back. Somebody did email me back and said essentially, "I am so and so, please call and let's talk." I'm waiting for her response back. But so for a long while, well, since elementary school, up through and including college, I had my career sights set on film and TV industry. And I wanted to move to Los Angeles like as if nobody else wanted more to go to Los Angeles and live there, and build a career there as soon as possible. I mean, during high school, I've talked about this, I'm sure, in earlier videos, but during high school, I just didn't even want to. Sometimes I just went through the motions of going through high school just so I could quickly move to Los Angeles. That's how badly I wanted it. Then afterwards, reality set in after college graduation, and I have just been able to get office assistant jobs. I'll be completely open in this video. Office assistant jobs and not subservient. What the heck is the term? Subsistence jobs. It's felt to me like subsistence jobs, like part-time and full-time, doing assistance work and office work and so forth. And I have always wanted to go into that career, into film and TV and writing, and otherwise I wouldn't feel completely fulfilled in life. So for whatever it's worth, in preparation for talking to this person from the local version of the Department of Labor, I created a Word document. At the top I sequenced the sections in a sort of order from primary, most innate, intrinsic aspects of my personality down to the most external. So if you think about it as like programming, the internal core of my being would be section 1, and then section 2. I think there's a section 3, and then section 4. So section 1, I started off as ENFP personality type traits. ENFP is one of the 16 personality types in the Myers-Briggs pantheon of personality types. I have not taken a test, but I simply looked through all 16, and this one very closely matched. And I have talked about Myers-Briggs in earlier videos, personality types, and ENFP, extrovert, intuition, feeling, perception. They're known as that type is known as the campaigner type. It's very creative type, very sociable type, very introspective type, deeply philosophical, deep in thought, wants to contribute to society, wants to make a meaningful impact on others, deeply cares about others, so forth. And it's the most introverted of the extrovert types. And I can feel comfortable when I'm alone. I don't have to be around others to feel comfortable. So that fits the introvert part of it. But I'm not totally an introvert, because my instinct is to, when I feel down or I feel like I want something's going on in my life, I feel this instinct natural instinct to talk it over with a close friend. So I listed the different traits, and then in the next section, I listed my passions. And without filtering myself at all, I negated all that. I put down television and film. I grew up in childhood, because I think your most true, naked passions, your true self, is from your childhood. And if you retain a memory of that, it's important to retain a memory of your childhood, what you were like. I just went back and I didn't filter at all. I didn't edit myself. And I listed television and film. I loved film, and I loved watching TV. And then that cosplay, I mentioned that goes back to my early childhood and been all the way through in my life. And a few other things I can't think of at the moment. Interest in the paranormal and interest in toy collecting and so forth. So I just listed those. And then finally I listed work experience. And I didn't list every single job. That's for a separate document that I started. This is a good tip for you. Rather than go back each and every time, because I want to find other jobs, and I'm still sort of job seeking, even though there's a temp agency that has a job lined up for me halfway through this month. I still it's about time I create a long version, an exhaustive version of my resume where I listed every job I could think of and the dates, the precise dates I put in for each job. I put in precise dates, beginning and ending, and I put where it was, and I put the address, not just the city, but the full address, and I put the primary duties I had, and I put in some key people in that job, and if there was a temp agency associated with it, I put in the temp agency, uh, and the salary that I had. So, and then if there was some thing that happened to me while I was temporarily, like I was sick, I was in the hospital for a month, I put that in. And reasons why I left this job, or reasons why this job didn't last, and so forth, or transitions where I had 2 part-time jobs, and so forth, explaining that. So there's a full history. So I don't have to go back and regurgitate the stuff over and over and over. I should have done that before, but maybe because things are relaxed now, maybe I'm older, maybe there's more pressure, who knows. Um, but I created that and I offer that as a tip. So I'm going to make this a short video and I'll tune in next time. Please spread the word about my channel and I'll talk with you again next time. Bye.